Hi everybody, thank you so much for being here today. We're here to pull cards for October the 1st. I'm going to pull one card for each sign, so if you know your rising sign, your sun sign, your moon sign, your Jupiter sign, your Venus sign, your Pluto sign, your Saturn sign, your Capricorn sign, if you know all of those placements, then this can actually be a video that gives you quite a bit of juice really quickly. Let's get started, shall we? First of all, let's look at Aries. So Aries, what you guys have showing up is the Two of Pentacles in reverse. And Two of Pentacles in reverse tells me that there is a lot on your plate that you're trying to keep running and keep going. And that with this card coming up in reverse, it means that there's a really good chance that something is falling through the cracks today, Aries. So if you're trying to be in too many places or get too much accomplished, you may want to delegate some of your responsibilities to somebody else to make sure that that doesn't happen. And then the other way that this can come through could be financially, that there's something going on where you're just not able to cover a bill today because you just don't have enough, even if you rob Peter to pay Paul. So something going on that's out of balance, where something is falling through the cracks today, Aries, unless you're proactive to change that. But as the energy sits right now, that's what it looks like. Taurus. Okay, so Taurus, you guys have the Hanged Man showing up in reverse. Hanged Man in reverse to me is a very good card. This is a card of rejoicing because this talks about the idea that those of us with Taurus placements have been considering a situation that we weren't quite sure how to handle or how to move forward with. And as we have taken the time to consider this, or maybe even meditate on this, we have found some kind of solution that works for us in that situation, and therefore broken free from the paralysis of non-action. All right, next up, Gemini. Oops, Geminis. Okay, so you guys have the Nine of Swords showing up here. This is one of those cards that we would like to change the energy if possible when this shows up. Nine of Swords just means that you're stressing out, there's something that's bothering you, and a lot of times when the Nine of Swords shows up, this is something that we don't really have that much control over in all actuality. So you just want to take a look at this situation. If you catch yourself feeling really stressed, take a peek at this situation and see what you think. How much influence do you really have over this situation? Have you done everything that you can to make sure the situation turns out as well as possible from your end? And if you have, which I'm sure you have, otherwise you wouldn't be stressing like this, then it's time to let it go and let the chips fall where they may. You've done the best that you can do. You can look yourself in the mirror. So let some of this stress go, if you can. All right? Next up, let's look at Cancer. King of Cups showing up for you, Cancers. This is just telling me that you guys are really, in your own energy quite strongly. Nobody's pushing you out of that energy. So Cancer, you guys are somebody who you're very familiar with your own emotions and you're very comfortable with your own emotions. You know how to harness them when they need to be harnessed. You know how to show them when they need to be shown and expressed. And so this is where we see you. We see you being very comfortable in your own skin and with your emotions today, maybe even expressing some emotions about something or someone to someone in your sphere of influence. We like it. All right, next up, let's look at Leo. So Leos, you guys have the Ten of Swords showing up in reverse. Ten of Swords in reverse just means that you had a situation that caused some stress or some tension for a while. And you thought that situation was done and over with, that the situation had just been put to bed. But what's going on today is that situation is coming back up to be dealt with in a final way so that it can be actually let go of and put away and just be done. Okay, so that's Leo. Next up we have Virgo. Virgo is what we see here is the Nine of Wands. This just tells me that today you are preparing for something. So if you know you have a Virgo placement and your Virgo is say your Virgo is your sun sign, and then you've got another sign that talks about something happening in a relationship, then sometimes those things will sort of all tie together. So that's why it's important to know, a lot of your placements. This could be something about where you're preparing for something even in your la da da da. Career is the word I'm trying to think of there. So, if you know your other placements, that helps you tie a lot of this stuff together because a lot of these energies will overlap and interconnect kind of like Legos if you know how they actually, if you've got the pattern for how they're built in your astrological chart. Okay, so enough on that. Let's move on to, that was Virgo. Next we're looking at Libra. Libras, you guys have the Fool showing up, one of my favorite cards. Just means that you are beginning something new. This may even be something you're beginning more as a leap of faith than anything else. There may not be a lot of logic to back up what you're beginning here, but you know that you know that you know that you know that this is the thing to do, and so off you go. I like it, I like it. Scorpio. Scorpios, fellow Scorpios, we do have the Wheel of Fortune showing up in reverse. Bleh. Bleh. This just means that this is probably not the best day to ask for a raise or a promotion. Probably not the best day to be putting resumes out and hoping for a good positive return on that. This is a day when things that we're trying to get accomplished are going to go a little bit slower. Doesn't mean we won't get those things accomplished, but does mean that there will be obstacles that come up along the way that make it a little bit more difficult. Now, we are the sign of transformation. Obstacles really don't bother us. A lot of us, we just take those obstacles right in stride and just keep on moving. And a lot of times the obstacles present opportunities as well. So we can look at an obstacle and realize a lot of times, oh, you know what? If I tweak this solution just a little bit, this turns out better in the long run. So yes, things are going to be a little bit more difficult. It's going to kind of feel like we're walking through deep mud and our shoes are trying to come off of our feet as we do it. But we're still going to manage to get our tasks accomplished, and we may even find things to improve on that we would not have had we not had the extra layer of difficulty. So we're okay. We end up good at the end of this. All right, next up, let's look at Sagittarius. Okay, so Sagittarius, there you are, King of Wands, but you're in reverse, blah. So this is just telling me the way the energy sits right now, unless you make something to change this, that you may be feeling, Sagittarius, like you have a little bit of a problem today and you're not exactly sure how to deal with it. This is the kind of thing that causes you to go inward, to not be as communicative as you normally are, except with somebody that you feel like you can trust, who you're able to use as basically a sounding board for whatever this problem is that you're dealing with, Sagittarius, and that you're finding the solution to. Capricorn. You guys have the Five of Cups in reverse. Woo, woo, we like that. Five of Cups in reverse just means there's something from your past that made you feel insulted, hurt, injured, whatever, something negative, angry maybe, and you're letting that go. So you may be forgiving somebody. Maybe they've asked you to forgive them. Maybe they haven't. Maybe you have just decided you're tired of carrying around the weight of this negative energy. But whatever is triggering this doesn't really matter. The bottom line that shows up with this card is that you're letting go of the negative energy. You're not going to let it hold you down and drag you backwards anymore. We like that. All right, no more getting dragged backwards for Capricorn. Was that Capricorn? Yep, that's right. Next up, Aquarius. Aquarius. Nine of Coins showing up in reverse. I kind of want to feel this card a little bit and see what it feels like. Okay, so for those of you who are Aquarians, I do feel a strong energy here of the idea of wishing that you had just a little bit more money. This doesn't seem like earth-shattering to me. This is just, I just wish I had a little bit more. And so there's that in there. And I would say that's true for 80% of you Aquarians. For the other 20%, what this is coming out to me as is just missing somebody, missing a person. Okay? So some of you may be missing a person, but a lot of you are going to be Wishing you had just a little bit more fundulation, as they say. Okay, so that's Aquarius. Next up, Pisces. Pisces, what we have here is the King of Pentacles. We like it, we like it, we like it. I do feel like this is somebody you're interacting with today, Pisces, and this is somebody who has some type of influence whenever it comes to your financial situation. So this could be a banker for some of you. This could be a boss for others of you. This could be a significant other if you share accounts or if you share expenses. But this is somebody who has some type of influence over your financial life. And I do feel like this person, I almost want to say this person is bringing you good news, but that's not exactly. That would be more of a Page of Pentacles. This is more about, I do think there's some conversation having to do with finances and energy in general, but mostly finances. And I think that this conversation is, it has to do with the idea of making some type of plan when it comes to finances or income or investment goals or something around that type of topic, that big financial umbrella type of topic. Okay? So that's what I've got for y'all today. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate it. Those of you who think that I do pretty good in these little daily presentations, you should totally check me out in a private reading for you. I think it would blow your socks off. But I do appreciate you all being here, regardless of whether you get private readings from me or not. I also appreciate y'all sharing these videos, and the contest is once again running, so go ahead and put your comments down below so that you can get entered in the contest as well. And of course, thank you to those of you who are booking private readings and Reiki sessions and Reiki candles with me. It is because of you guys' support at every single level that I'm able to do what I love to do for my living. So thank you very much. And everyone have a fantastic, wonderful, thrilling, and peaceful day. I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.